The first one is Julius Randle, Jaden McDaniels, Dante DiVincenzo, and then 2026 first round pick. San Antonio holds the right to the swap. 2026 second round pick, 2027 second round via Cleveland, and a 2028 first round. And the only player coming back to the Wolves is Giannis Antetokounmpo. Your initial thoughts, Chris?
I would say this would probably be my least favorite possible grouping of talent that we would send over. Like the one that I would least want to do.
Okay.
But I get it from their standpoint. It's probably, I mean, you're looking at the, estimated wins and it's about even. So it's probably a fairly even trade for the Bucks. But if this was the deal right here,
I wouldn't do it.
I don't think I'd do it. I mean, the problem is what are the other deals? Like I would have to be in Tim Connolly's office and he's talked to everybody. If there's nothing else out there, if there's no traction with getting some actual improvement, then, maybe you got to take a shot, but this would probably be my no, I would say.
I agree. Giving up so much draft capital. I mean, you're giving up basically all your picks for
and that's my least
feature.
That's what I'm concerned about the least, to be honest with you. If this is the way I look at it, if we give up Julius Randle, now we're stuck with Giannis and Anthony Edwards as our only play creators, especially if Dante's gone too. Giannis is not a great play creator. He's fine. I mean, it's back to what the Bucks do, which hand him the ball and let him get a running start at the basket.
Right.
Can we win a title that way with Anthony Edwards? Yeah, maybe. But, getting rid of Randle, that hurts just ball movement. That hurts play creation for us. Dante, I'll talk about it later. And I've talked about it a couple times on here. He's due for a pay increase, probably. But even if we ignore the fact that, we might have to move him in the next year or so, he is a valuable guy on our team for his role as a two guard that can do a little bit of everything. Mm-hmm. We get rid of him, now we're like, are we starting Clark? And then Jaden, he's like our only small forward we have on our entire roster, that can guard small forward type players. So now, I mean, is it Terrence Shannon Jr.?
Right.
Yeah, I would say this would be the absolutely worst option for me.
I agree. And I'm higher on Jaden than you are. But I would say Jaden probably has the most upside here. And I know we keep waiting for it. He's been shooting really well from three and, he always plays the consistent defense. I mean, just getting rid of Jaden, I feel like there would be ripple effects that we would not see coming. And like you said, the Wolves right now, I mean, because you look at their bench, 26th in field goal percentage, 21st in three-pointers made, and I think for scoring, they're in the mid-20s as well. I just feel like a lot of our ammo goes out here, and particularly, like I said, Giannis has had injury issues. If Giannis can't go or he gets overworked, I mean, what's left is the scraps. It's Anthony Edwards taking 30 to 35 shots a game, and I don't see it. Plus the draft capital. I worry more about that. But
not gonna happen. No, not gonna happen.
Let's move on to trade 2. So this one you actually created. So this is a Chris Emerson trademark creation. So I'll read it off. And by the way, full disclosure, I added a lottery protected first round pick to it just because I kind of wanted to. So this one, the Wolves get Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Because you got to get them both, dude. Who are we kidding? Who are we kidding?
I know. Amir Coffey. So homecoming for Amir Coffey. Cole Anthony, who I don't know if you remember, right when we started our channel, one of the first videos I ever did was about a Wolves game during the pandemic against the Orlando Magic where Cole Anthony made a full court shot to beat us. I don't know if anyone remembers that game, but I sure do. All right, so I'll just read them one more time. Giannis Antetokounmpo, Amir, and Cole. And what do we give up? Again, Jaden, Naz, Mike, Rob Dillingham, and I put in a lottery-protected first-round pick.
Which is fine.
You created this trade, so I'm guessing you're high on it.
I mean, it would be a dream trade for me. So I'll break down what we're giving up first. Mike Conley, we all know he has very little value.
Yeah,
So
fine.
that's free money. Rob Dillingham, again, same thing. Who knows? Maybe he'll be good in the future, but right now and for the next probably year or two, he's not going to be a very valuable role player for us yet. So it's an okay loss for me.
Right.
So now we're on to the big pieces, Naz Reid and Jaden McDaniels. I know everyone's saying potential of Jaden McDaniels. Jaden McDaniels is the only NBA player that's going to retire after 15 years, and people are going to be waiting on his potential. Like, this guy is 6 years in, and he's the same player he was when he was a rookie, and everyone's waiting for the next step. I get it, his 3-point percentage is a little bit better this year, but it's still not on a lot of attempts, so it's kind of a moot point. I do like his passing lately, but he is what he is. He's going to be what he is. He's been the third scorer for us for 6 years. He's never scored over 15 points. He's what he is.
Per game.
Naz Reid,
Per game, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not in his per game. And that 15 anywhere where he got close was always bumped up because we had 3 starters out when he scores 25 for like a stretch of a 10-day stretch. Naz Reid, he is what he is. He's he's our entire bench, but he's 5 years at 20 million. It keeps on going up a little bit. Nas is 4 years, or Jaden's 4 years at 25. They're fine. They're role players. These guys are role players. We can love them because they're our own, and I'm fine with that. Naz Reid is fine. Like, he's fine. He'll give you 25 a night, and then he'll give you under 10 for the next 3 or 4. He's a low-level rebounder. He's a fine role player. Now we look at what we're getting back. Giannis, MVP level type guy, production every game. Every game he's going to give you 25 points minimum, 10 rebounds, good defense, and all the energy you can ever imagine. I added these last 2 for a couple of reasons. We're going to need some players back.
I agree.
And these role players, Amir Coffey shot almost 40% from 3 last year with the Clippers, and I think 38 the year before that. He's an okay, like, spot-up shooter, role player, tries hard, local kid, and he's on an expiring contract, so that's nice. Cole Anthony's the same kind of guy. He's a spark plug. He's got a lot of Bones Highland in him type ability where he's undersized, but he can play. Like, maybe not, you don't want him starting, but I would rather have him coming off the bench if I needed some buckets than Rob Dillingham right now. So if I'm looking at a 1-year, 2-year run at a championship, this is my dream trade. There'll be trouble with having Giannis, Randall, and Gobert.
Yep.
But I don't think they have to play at the same time. I mean, Rudy is playing great, but he does have limitations. And I think if we've got him for a couple more years, if we cut his minutes down a little bit to like 25 minutes a game, these 3 guys can be split. And, if we're at the end of the game and you need defense, you got Rudy, Giannis, Clark, Anthony Edwards, Dante. That's a hard defensive team to deal with. And if you want offense, you go Giannis at center, you go Randall, you go Edwards, Dante, like Bones, maybe. Like, you've got talent that can score. So I think this would give us the most options, and I don't think we're giving up very much. I just don't know if the Bucks would accept this type of deal.
I don't think that they would, and I agree with you. I do like what we're getting back. I think, and I'm not going to go head over heels and say that Cole Anthony is the best player, is God's gift to earth.
Right,
but I do like a little point guard depth in there.
Yes.
Just a little bit. I honestly, I'd play Bones over Cole Anthony. I got to be honest, I haven't watched Cole Anthony play that much. Maybe let them fight it out. I don't mind that, particularly just as a little depth piece, almost like what Jordan McLaughlin gave us years ago, right, where, hey, you need to change your pace. You need something different. Put in Cole Anthony, see what happens. I did look up his stats, shooting a little worse than last year. He's only shooting about 32% from 3, but
he's not playing.
He has been playing lately, but okay, it's stop-start kind of stuff where it's not really consistent. Amir Coffey, I think he is what he is. I think he's decent defender, decent shooter. I wouldn't mind that either. I noticed you skipped over Thanasis. Yeah, you
well,
didn't even.
Thanasis is just, he's here for good vibes. I think I don't know who he would vibe with the best on the bench. We don't have like a good vibes guy on the bench this year, do we?
Right. Well,
yeah, we need that guy. Like he's our dude. Who's the guy who was a pointer last year who started the point? Deshaun Nix.
Deshaun, yeah.
Yeah, he'd be like our Deshaun Nix. We need that. It's important for a championship team is to have a rah-rah guy.
That's my brother.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so for the record, I know what I said about Giannis. I would do this one. I'd hate to see Nas go, but I think you'd get over it really quick. Here's the thing. With like I mentioned at the beginning, every team is throwing a trade package at the Bucks right now. Well, maybe like one or two aren't, but there's going to be some hurt. Someone's going to get hurt with this. Not everyone's favorite player is still going to be on the team if we trade for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, you can't get an MVP that's making $50 million a year and not give up anybody of value. Like that's insane.
Right. All right, let's move. So I would honestly say yes to this one. And like I said, it would be tough. It would be tough, but
it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I could see it working. I also think that if we get Giannis, like the buyout market's out there.
Oh God,
there's some like I think we could make some different moves. I think like let's say if we trade for Giannis, if it's this trade, I'm talking about this trade. Right. If this trade happens on let's say Tuesday, let's say it comes out Tuesday night, the Wolves get Giannis. I think that Tim Connolly does not hang up the phone. I think he's on the phone trying to say, hey, our window is shorter. But guess what? Our window is a little more open right now.
Yeah, I'm in.
Today's show is brought to you by 612tees.com. Cole at 612tees designs awesome shirts for yourself or the Wolves fan in your life. Check them out at 612tees.com and use the promo code RUN25 at checkout, or just click on the link in the description to get 25% off your purchase. That's at 612tees.com. Link in the description. All right, let's move on to trade. It says trade 2 here, but it actually trade 3 at Wolves Muse. Thanks for putting out this one on the internet. Yeah. This is a 3-team trade. So the Bucks, they get Randall, Conley, Dillingham, Terrence Shannon Jr. The Timberwolves, they get Giannis Antetokounmpo, Drew Holiday, Gary Trent Jr., and Amir Coffey. The Portland Trailblazers, they get Jaden McDaniels and Dante DiVincenzo. So to recap, if you're listening, the Wolves players that are out the door in this one, Randall, Conley, Dillingham, Shannon, McDaniels, and DiVincenzo. Into the Wolves are Giannis, Drew Holiday, Gary Trent, Amir Coffey. So basically, your favorite team changes overnight, instantly. Yeah. Your thoughts just looking at this? And by the way, thanks again at Wolves Muse.
I think he's got some points here that are being made, maybe not intentionally, but that can be discussed. Like when you're moving a $55 million, it's hard to do it with just a 2-team deal. It's just a lot of money to move around, and it's hard to get everybody happy. So I think it's going to probably end up being a larger deal, where maybe some team gets in on some small pieces here and there. To move $92.5 million is a lot of money to move in a trade. So that's pretty intense. I would say it would be great for Minnesota youth sports to have, Gary Trent Jr. and Amir Coffey come back, on, former Minnesota high school athletes.
So, dude, I watched him in high school. I watched that team. Trey Jones and Gary Trent Jr. were on the same team. They lost. Oh, yeah. They did not win the championship, and then they both went to prep schools.
Yeah, I did. I remember those times. I would say this is a little too wild for my blood. I don't know. I can't even really figure out what our roster would look like after this, but I think I'm low on some of these players. Like I'm very low on Terrence Shannon Jr. I'm low on McDaniels. I'm not high on Dillingham and Conley. So, like, I mean, it's possible,
Right.
but I mean, I just think this is a wild deal. Would I do it? Push comes to shove. I would say no, just because I think Drew Holiday's contract I hate.
Sure.
He's got a pretty long contract at a lot of money still, and this would have to be we win it this year kind of thing.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. No, this is
And then
the ultimate win now move.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I'll jump in. I don't think the Bucks do this because realistically, what are they getting? They're getting Julius Randle.
That's it.
Who's been playing great this year. Let's
Yeah.
not undercut. I honestly think his production, he should be an all-star. And that's a conversation for another day. I honestly think that he should. Mike Conley's nothing. Rob Dillingham's a flyer, and Terrence Shannon, I feel like the Bucks have a ton of Terrence Shannon Juniors right now.
Yeah. Everybody does.
Yeah, a bunch of scrappy guys who
can
go straight
that just want to make it, but they're probably not gonna.
Right. Yeah. So, and that's where, by the way, at Wolves Muse, I love the creativity with this one.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you go on the trade machine, it's not easy, particularly with the Wolves cap and the second apron and all the draft picks you got to throw around and regulations. It's tough for us to do it, let alone a GM to do it. So, like I said, I might be in favor of this, but I mean, look at this trade. You're getting rid of your 2, you're getting rid of your 3, you're probably getting rid of your 4, and then your backup point guard, and then your 2 young guys. You're getting rid of your entire draft.
Like 5 of our top 7 players are
exactly. So I mean, what do you left with? Giannis, Drew, Edwards, Rudy, and then Nas, and that's.
I mean, it's not terrible, but I mean, it's crazy.
Gary Trent's your 6. Is that what we're left with?
Yeah.
Jalen, maybe. I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like Jalen as the 6. But like I said, at Wolves Muse, I love the creativity on this. It's a no for me, dog. Though I can't do this one. And I don't think the Bucks would do it. I don't think that makes any sense. Although, if this happens, Julius Randle's going for 35 a night.
This would be my starting lineup. It would be Rudy, Antetokounmpo. I would probably start Clark. I know I'm a big Clark guy, but
that's fine.
I go Clark, and then Edwards, and then Holiday, and then my bench would be Nas, Trent, Bones, basically off the bench. I mean, it's
not terrible.
I might do it. I don't know. Wolves Muse, I've turned around. I'm not sure. I think it's crazy, but I wouldn't hang up.
And like I said, I think more trades. I think if we get Giannis, I think more trades happen, to be honest. I think more moves. I think more buyouts. So that's what we got to remember. But it's just hard for me to get rid of that much. Yeah. And I'll say this on this one. Maybe I'd be on board. I don't think the Bucks do it. That's what I'll, particularly if they're not getting any picks in this. Yeah. I don't see it.
Right.
I don't see it.
No.
All right. So the last one, and I found this one on social media at Amex Legit. Rudy, Dante, Rob, Terrence, 2026 first round pick, 2028 first round pick, 2030 first round pick for Giannis and Cole Anthony. Your thoughts?
I'd do it.
Oh, wait, hold on. Sorry, one thing. I think because when I was working on, I think there may be some restrictions where you can't trade so many first round picks in consecutive years. So that might
back-to-back years you can't.
But I don't know if we have our 2027. I'm not sure if we do.
That's a lot of I mean, that's way out. I don't know much about the picks.
Because this one is very pick heavy. This one is very.
I mean, the last pick we've still probably got Giannis. So I mean, that pick's going to be out of the lottery
unless he gets hurt or something.
Yeah. Rudy, I don't love his contract, and I've talked about wanting to move him because of that contract, but he's also been playing the best basketball I've seen him play. So if I look at this, I would say Giannis, I would start at center, and he would be better than Rudy. Dante, I'd probably do this deal too. I'd probably do it.
Yeah, and like I said, some of the picks might not work here, but I would consider it. Like I said, Dillingham, Shannon, fine, no problem. He needs Dillingham in particular needs a new surroundings. He needs a new chance. He needs a new team. In fact, you can check out this video on the top of your screen if you want to see my thoughts on that. But I've been mentioning this in like Wolves chats and stuff. I would be devastated to see Dante DiVincenzo league. Like I said, there's going to be casualties no matter what happens here. I'd be devastated to see Dante DiVincenzo league because I think he does a lot of the small things. But in this scenario, in my mind, the way I see it, it's Dante, Rudy, and some picks for basically Giannis Antetokounmpo and Cole Anthony. So that's the way I see it. So yeah, I think I would do this deal. Like I said, some of the picks might not work particularly, but yeah, would the Bucks do it for Rudy and Dante? I don't know if Rudy fits their timeline. Does it? I mean, they kind of already have Miles Turner, who's not a rim protector. I think in this scenario, they get off of Rudy's contract and trade him to a contender. I really do. I don't think that Rudy's in their long-term plans for the Milwaukee Bucks unless they have something up their sleeve. But yeah, I might do this deal.
Yeah, I don't think the Bucks do it. Rudy's going to be a tough guy to move anyways. He's such a specialty guy. I don't think that works. But, I mean, again, I like the effort, and I'm excited to see what happens in these next couple days.
I'll allow it.